Hey everyone, Marilee Tolan here, and I am excited that you are going to be joining me this evening with Tom Big Al Schreiter. So we are a few minutes before the hour. I'm just getting set up early. So give me a few minutes here, checking my notes, checking it twice, and let's just see. Let's just see how the next few minutes go before we get started. So those of you who are on, it's not like in this Google Hangout I can hide behind a screen. So I'm here, but a few minutes early, and welcome to those of you who are here as well. So just waiting to see when Big Al is going to join. Okay, you're here. We're just a few minutes early, and I can see our guest has arrived. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you. It's early morning there in Singapore, right?
Yep. Yes. Very early.
Well, thank you for getting up early. Hold tight. We're just getting a few things set up here.
Okay. You can hear me okay then. Great.
Hear you very good. Yes, thank you. I'm just checking with a few people here. Okay. We have had hundreds of people register for this, so I'm just, okay, they're all coming in now. They're flooding in. Okay. I think you can see the same sidebar as I do. Very good.
Actually, no, but it's okay. I take your word on it.
Okay. All right. Well, it is top of the hour, and unlike a webinar, I don't push record. We've been recording ever since we got started. So it's top of the hour, and I'm going to go ahead and get started and welcome all of you to the show this evening. I'm so excited about what we're going to be presenting to you and who we are going to be presenting to you. My name is Marilee Tolan of MarileeTolan.com. I'm an entrepreneur, a network marketer, a virtual marketing mentor, and host of an interview show. So tonight I'm very, very excited to be presenting to you one of the biggest names that is out there in the network marketing and MLM industry. And his name is Tom Big Al Schreiter. He has 40 years in the industry, and he started way back in the 70s with Big Al books, which were training books that taught people all kinds of wonderful things that we're going to, actually some of which we're going to talk about tonight. How to get prospects to say yes, how to talk to prospects, how to get them excited about your product or the business, how to get more leads, how to build your businesses, how to build distributors, and how to help you close the sale. But first, I just want to thank and welcome Tom Big Al Schreider for being here, because he is coming in from Singapore, and I know this is East Coast time, 8 p.m. here, but it's 8 a.m. there on Friday morning. So thank you for getting up early and spending your Friday morning with us, and welcome, Big Al.
Hey, thanks for the nice introduction. So what should we talk about first about recruiting and building a business and selling people?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you've got so much, and I've been, thinking about that, because as I look through the history of the names of your books, and I'm just going to, give people, some of the viewers, some of the names of these books, Icebreakers, How to Get Any Prospect to Beg You for a Presentation, How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport, and then Build Network Marketing Leaders, and on and on. So I'm going to be a little selfish tonight, if that's okay, because one of my favorite bodies of your work is the work on the color personalities. So how does that sound to you? Can we talk a little bit about that this evening or this morning?
Sure. Out of the 25 basic skills, the color personalities is probably one of the first ones we like to teach people, because it gives them a lot of confidence. They say, hey, I know more than my prospects, so I don't have to feel so nervous anymore. And for those listening, the 4 color personalities are very, very simple. It's just that people are kind of hardwired 4 different ways of thinking. And if you know which way they're hardwired, you can just change a few of your words in a way that they understand and get it quicker. It's, instant rapport, no more stress, no more people saying, health comes from my antibiotic, and I've ate good food all my life, past the Twinkies and donuts, and you get rid of all this stress, and new people don't want rejection or stress. So what we do is teach them about the 4 personalities, how to talk to them so everybody's friendly.
I've got to say that I've been a fan of yours for many years, and when I learned this from you, and this goes many years back when I was first getting in the most recent company that I've been in, and it actually literally changed my life, because it became a model in which I was able to talk to my downline about my leaders, my sponsor, and it has totally spilled over even into my personal life. So I get very excited about the 4 colors and trying to figure out what everybody is. So can we talk a little bit about what each of the colors are without you, going into major detail?
Yeah, we can make this really easy. The colors are not difficult. Even people from Texas can learn. So, the first thing is write down the color yellow, and I'll explain the yellow personality, and you'll see why we have to talk to people in a different way. And the yellow personality, you can define in 1 word, and you only have to learn 1 word in their vocabulary, and you natively speak their language, and the word is help, H-E-L-P. And the way I describe a yellow personality is I use exaggeration so it's easy for people to remember. And I just say a yellow personality is a 50-year-old grandmother, hippie dress, flowers in her hair, serving cookies to the grandchildren while singing Kumbaya. And they kind of get the idea that, okay, that's a yellow personality. And for those of us who are a little bit older, there used to be a show called well, let's go back to the 50s and 60s. Most of the mothers there were yellow personalities. The children came home, they gave them cookies and Coca-Cola to help with their pre-diabetes diet. And it was all hugging and stuff. Uh, so if
John,
you remember those, yeah, yellow personalities. And I want you to think that, you have an amp that's a professional hugger. You have people that when somebody has somebody sick, they bring over Jello and bananas to their home. Uh, they're always willing to help, and their whole life is helping people. So if you happen to be in a health company, I think these people, if you're just to talk to a yellow personality, you come in and they say, please sit down. Let me give you a neck massage. Here's some hot tea. Can I do anything for you? You say, all right, that's a yellow personality.
and I'll tell you, I come from that camp, and a lot of my distributors do. Nurses, healers, body workers, massage therapists. I think we're inundated with yellows in my profession.
Kindergarten school teachers, yeah, all these folks are just made to help people, and that's where they get their happiness and fulfillment. So when I sit down with them, I don't think I'm going to talk about how you can make enough money to buy a small third world country. They're not interested in that. And they don't want to know how they can win the next contest and be number one and tell everybody they're the best. They might not even want to travel much. They say, if I travel, well, who will pet my kitten Fluffy, and who will talk to my plants, and what will they say? So I would say maybe I would talk to them about how the products would help people. So if it was a health product, I could sit down with a yellow and talk directly to what they are interested in, not what I'm interested in, and that's the whole key. It's about talking to people about what they want in a way that they understand it. So I have this over-exaggerated invitation to a yellow. Now, everybody here, please remember, it's over-exaggerated, but it just helps us remember. And I say to a yellow personality, well, please come to our meeting. We need your help. And by the way, if you can't think of what to say, just throw in the word help a whole lot. We just need your help. We have some products that help children be healthier so they can stay in school and learn better and grow up and get scholarships and become a doctor and save starving babies in Africa. And we help people protect themselves from the evil pharmaceutical companies that are trying to poison us with all these drugs. And we just need more people to help share the word to stop the suffering so more people can do this and maybe have a little income to stay home with their babies and have bond with their family and be with their elderly parents. And could you please bring some refreshments? And I just need one more person to win the secret ribbon of health, please. Could you please come and be that person so I can win my ribbon? And what's the yellow person going to say?
Yeah, so when we identify that they are helpers, we speak their language and we will invite them to a meeting, or we will talk to them about our product and talk about how this can help people, right?
Yeah. And we can talk about the money, but we'll talk about how the money can help families be at home or for their favorite charity. Now, for the folks on this webinar that are listening right now, they're ready to vomit. That just means you're not a yellow personality. All right. I don't think that way. I'm not wired that way. And that's okay. You're wired a different way, and so am I. But that's how you would talk to somebody. And it's not about how we are wired. It's about how they are wired. So we just talk to them to communicate better. And, yeah, gosh, our whole presentation would take 15 seconds then, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the yellow.
Okay.
Should we talk about the blue personality?
Hey, let's talk about the blue. Do I look like a blue?
You're doing a good job. Blues can be described in one word, and that's party.
That's
Blues,
why I over-exaggerate a little bit, right?
Yep, they love to party, love to have fun. They're very outgoing people. They like trying new things, adventure. If there's a trip, they got to be on it. They're multitasking in their brain. They're thinking 100 miles an hour in 100 different directions at the same time. They'll change the subject of a sentence 6 times while they're talking. And what's nice about the blues is they are wired. They love meeting new people. To them, it's like crack cocaine to the mind. Oh, I get to meet new people. They're just so excited. I mean, they were made for network marketing. And the blues, are the easiest of all the personalities to recognize because the blues are always talking. They talk from the moment they wake up in the morning all the way through lunch. They even talk in their sleep. They talk and talk and talk. So if you know somebody who's always talking, good chance they are a blue personality. So they're going to have a short attention span, and they're not going to listen to us at all. But because their mind is so fast and they're going 100 miles an hour in different directions, they don't want to slow down and wait for us. They just keep on talking. They finish our sentences for us. They're off on 30 new thoughts. They just can't slow down for the rest of us. So blue personalities, if you get one on your team, they will bring lots of new people to your meetings and lots of people to the training. And they will never follow up because they're too busy meeting more new people. So give them a project, probably not going to happen. I mean, you send them to a store, they're coming back 3 hours later meeting new people. It's one of those folks. So if you have blue personalities on your team, just realize their strength is talking and meeting new people, no rejection, and they'll never ask you, oh, who do you talk to? That's the blue personality. Can we give them some examples?
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
For those who remember Benny Hill, the comedian, 30 Seconds of Fun, off on another subject.
Oh my gosh.
These are blues. I have a blue leader. We're recruiting together. I drive, he talks. And when he drives, he does all the talking also, but he considers rules of the road only a suggestion. So blues are just exciting to be. So here's his day. He spends all day on the phone talking to people, training, prospecting, whatever. And he gets nothing done.
Mm-hmm.
But his wife, she's yellow, and all day long she does all the follow-ups, sends out catalog samples, nurtures the people, because he's forgotten about them all 5 minutes later. And she goes by, do you want a sandwich, dear? How about a soda? So that's a good 1-2 team, a yellow and a blue.
Great. Yeah, that's what I was actually going to ask you, if you recommend that there are certain colors that should be together. So you're saying in this example, the husband's a blue and the wife is a yellow. So she does all the kind of the back end work, right? It's a good combination.
Yeah, if there was 2 yellows, they would become missionaries, join the Peace Corps, you never see them again. And 2 blues might be a 24-hour hangover, so that might not be good either.
Oh my gosh.
So just think of your friends and relatives who's blue, and just look who's talking all the time. They were made for network marketing. But they're like fun, excitement, doing new things. So if there's a trip somewhere, oh, they are so in. Mm-hmm. And if you can talk to a blue personality, this would be my invitation just to show the difference, slightly exaggerated. But I would look at the blue personality, and I would wait for them to take a breath and take a sip out of their soda, and I'd talk really fast before they started talking again. And I would say, we have a meeting tomorrow night. Would you please come? It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to meet lots of new people. It's you're going to have a chance to talk to people before the meeting, during the meeting, for hours after the meeting. And we have this trip coming up, and we're going to go to Morocco as a company, and everybody that qualifies, and you just need to join right away before you come down so you can qualify for that trip so we can be roommates, because we're going to have a 747 airplane with a beer with ice beer, and we'll be singing karaoke on the way over, and we'll stay there for 72 straight hours, and just hurry up and sign up and buy some stuff so we can go. Okay, okay. And they don't want to know about the products very much or the research. The compensation plan, well, I make money so I can take more trips. Yeah, that's all you need to know. And they just want to know about the travel and adventure. So if you talk about those parts of the business, oh man, That's a real disservice to them. I mean, it's wasting their time. Their mind is wandering while you're talking. That's not servicing them well. So we want to talk to them about what they want, which is let them talk.
Hmm. I guess I'm laughing a lot because I think I fit that category. That's why I was doing all this, because I am a blue. I love people. I work hard at not interrupting people, but that's what blues do, right? Have
Yeah, I
to.
see your son bleeding already for me talking too much.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you'd be a great host for like a webinar because you're made for it.
yeah, yeah. And I have to curb my, uh, desire to interrupt and jump in with the next question. But that's what blues do.
Yeah, that's true. And is about 16 hours ahead of me at the moment. And I'm not either of those person. I'm the person. So should we do the next personality so they understand?
Yes, let's do the next color. We covered the yellow, the blue. Now what's next?
Next one is red. And red is pretty easy because all you have to think is reds like power, they like money, they like to be the boss, they like to be in charge, and they are the world's greatest organizers. And they make the most money in network marketing because they're organized. So the red personality makes the most money, but the blues have the most fun doing it. So I'll give you an example of red. Think Donald Trump. You're fired. Just bottom line people that get things done. So if you hired a wedding planner, I don't think you'd want to hire a yellow wedding planner. The lady that made the cake, the kitten was sick, so I was over helping her, so we didn't get the cake for you. I don't think that would work. You want a red to be in charge. And you wouldn't want a blue wedding planner because, oh man, they would drink all the champagne before the wedding starts. So you want a red one, somebody organized. And you want the CEO of your company to be red. You don't want the CEO of your company say, oh, let's give all the money to poor people. No, no, we need commissions. A blue CEO, 365-day holiday. No, that wouldn't work. So you want a red to keep you in business. So just remember, reds are the great organizers. They usually organize the meetings. The yellows are in the back of the room registering everybody and making sure everybody's comfortable. And the blues are out getting lots of people to come. So you need many different colors on your team, and you can't do them all yourself. So reds, they're really easy to recognize because they just love telling people what to do. They're the managers, politicians are red. They say, elect me so I can tell you what to do. I remember Margaret Thatcher of England when she took the Falkland Islands. She said, "You take islands, we bomb you." I'm red. So you all probably know a red personality. They're very easy to recognize. They're always wanting to take charge, and they don't listen either. Not because their mind is thinking that fast. They don't listen because they already have all the right answers.
Mm-hmm.
They,
yep.
why would they listen to our stupid little opinion? Because they already have the right answers. If you think back to the old shows, Archie Bunker was red. You know, he always had the right answers and wouldn't listen. Or George Jefferson, you know, he always had the right answers, wouldn't listen. They're just red personalities. And if you sponsor a red personality, they're not listening to you. Just stand out of their way and just let them do their thing. You make some suggestions that they later on will think it's their idea. Well, then they'll do it. But for now, the sponsors stay out of the way. So that's the red. And to invite a red to a meeting, oh my, this is what I would say to a red. Slightly, well, this might not even be slightly exaggerated. To a red, I would say, we have a meeting tomorrow night, be there, we're talking money. Big money, massive amounts of money. Not that little money from your job, but the huge money from having your own business. Here's your chance to fire your boss, be your own boss. Have your own organization, tell them what to do, and finally get the recognition you deserve. You can be #1 in New Jersey. And And you get these huge bonus checks. You can buy that red Ferrari you always wanted, so you can drive back to the company parking lot, leave rubber marks all up and down the company parking lot, roll down the window and say, "Goodbye, you losers." Okay? The Reds will be in the front row 30 minutes early. So if you talk to them how your company has this charity and how we help people and how the products work, that's not servicing them. They want to know, how much money can I make if I recruit 1,000 people? That's more how they think. Now, everybody has a little bit of all these, but usually one really sticks out. Marilee, you're blue, and I'm not either of these three. I'm the last one, but we all have one that really sticks out, and if you see that in the person, you say, wow, let me talk this way so they get it right away, and I don't bore them. I want to be polite. And that's all the colors are, is realizing not everybody sees the world the same way. So, lots of reds in your organization too, right, Marilyn?
Yeah. Well, since I've learned this from you, I do have my eye out. But, one of the things, too, and you said a key word on the reds, is that they're difficult to train sometime, right? Like they want to do their own thing. So I always get, caught up in how to talk with them and how to get them to do something that will really benefit them in the long run, but they don't want to hear it. So there's always that real, like walking on eggshells experience, right?
That's the problem. All the colors have good points and bad points, and we just have to be careful that it's going to take time for them to hear it and to be their idea. But one of the neat ways, once we learn the colors at a little deeper level, is you can motivate them very, very easily by just challenging them.
Challenging them, that's right. That's what they like, yes.
So you can challenge them by saying, last week, or you could say maybe, you are the best recruiter on my team, more people, New Brunswick, New Jersey, we can't bring quite that many.
We had a little bit of a tough.
You can just see their face turn.
Could you just repeat that? Could you just repeat that? The screen froze, and I knew that was a gem, what you just said.
Okay. To a red, you say, you know more people in New Brunswick than anybody I know. And they go, yeah, you recognize greens. And you are the best recruiter on my team. Of course, of course. But last week, Mary brought 5 new people to the opportunity meeting, and I don't think you could ever bring quite that many. And their face just turns red. And next week they'll have 10. I'll bury Mary.
So competitive, yes.
Yeah, very competitive. They like recognition, love being number one. If they want a trophy, they call up everybody else in the contest and say, hey, guess who's number one? They like competition. They like recognition. That's what excites them. So that's their motivation. So please don't tell them all about the research or this plant was grown underneath a rock in China at midnight, picked by leprechauns, and the research shows this. They want to poke their eyes out. They say, get to the bottom line. This is a business. Let's get rolling. That's the red personality.
Right.
So should we go to the only perfect personality, which is my color?
Yep, the one that's left, and I love the greens too. I love them all. But yeah, let's hear about the greens.
The greens are the best. Because I'm a green.
Yes.
But greens are boring people. Personality free. Charisma bypass. Socially challenged. Do not be let out in public. And just think of an engineer or IT person or scientist or we're just boring people. So these are the folks that drive you crazy because you give them a 3-hour presentation, answering all their questions, and they end up by saying, "Thank you for your preliminary information." Now, I'll spend the next 3 weeks setting up a multi-table spreadsheet and research all these websites. Greens don't make up their mind, and it frustrates the other 3 colors. We think about everything, and we're afraid to make a decision because we don't want to make a wrong decision. So we research. But once we're done, we'll sign ourselves off. I'll call you up and say, "Hey, Marilee, I finished my research 2 days early. Don't bother calling me." So I hacked into the company computer, assigned myself a cool ID number, 007, and I'm ordering my first batch of products for my preliminary testing on the efficacy of the products, and we just collect information and delay. But once we join, we're in forever because we've checked every other available option.
Oh my gosh. So how would we talk to a green?
You just give them some websites, books to read. Now, they will wear you out asking questions. So you just have to accept the fact that these are the people that won't make a decision right away. And as we get better, we can help guide them through. But initially, just realize that some people are programmed just to ask questions and be careful and let me think it over forever. And it's okay, 25% of the people are like that. And once you know that, you're not thinking, well, how do I manipulate and high pressure them into making a decision now? You don't. That's not servicing them. They need more time. And for the blues, they need no time. You say, it's going to be fun. They say, woohoo, sign me up. And they're out in the hallway. The blues leave an opportunity meeting halfway through because they got to talk. Yeah. And they're out in the hallway saying, man, you got to join. I just met a stranger. I told him to join. I couldn't remember the name of the company, but I told him it was going to be fun. And they're the opposite of drinks.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm laughing because I can totally relate. So when you structure your organization, which a lot of people work on, do you recommend putting some of the colors together so they balance each other out, or?
Well, the important thing is if you have a blue, there are going to be so many new people, and you want somebody, a yellow or a red or green, to do the follow-up. Because the blue just cannot do follow-up. It's just so tedious, it's so boring, and they don't really have the patience because they're thinking so fast. So if you have a blue, get somebody to help with all the follow-up, and that way the blue won't resolve the complex in there. The greens can do it on their own because if the person says, do you have a copy of the application from 2002? And the green, yes, I have, but do you want version 80 or C that year? So the green can answer any question for anybody. They're fine. And the red is just going to tell them to do it. Maybe if you have red on your team, you might have to bypass them and do some damage control farther down. Because maybe one day the red said to the team, it's my way or the highway. Everybody needs to have 5 new guests, talk to 10 new people every day, and sponsor 2 distributors a week, and you got to do it now. And the blues are, woohoo, gone, stop talking. The reds are out there saying, oh, I'll do it before anybody else. I'll be number 1. And the greens go into a shell and hide, and the yellows are crying, oh, this is so mean. You might have to do some damage control past the reds. And if you have a green, you might say, I might want to get a red involved there because the green will meet a blue and say, no, you can't join yet. You have to read all this stuff first. But the ones I worry most about is the blues. They find so many awesome people. They love making contacts. But somebody just really needs to nurture and follow up with those people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So partner a green or a yellow with a blue. That's a good combination.
Yeah. And partner up is great, because we talked about 2 yellows joining the Peace Corps and 2 blues 24-hour takeover. 2 reds would be war.
Oh, yeah.
And two greens getting married, you'd say, just why bother? It's so boring.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'm just so enjoying listening to you because, again, this is a model that I've worked with and in my personal life and with my organizations. And to hear it come from you, it's really great. And I heard that you have a book coming out around this. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making, which means I procrastinated because I was researching.
That's agreed.
But I wrote the book about the colors. It's probably only going to end up in about 80 or 90 cents. And I want to encourage everybody to get the book, but don't get it yet because it'll cost you 99 cents on Amazon. Wait and save the 99 cents. And Amazon will give it away free December 26th to December 30th. So if they want to get a free copy of the book, they can just go to bigalbooks.com, and and in the upper right-hand corner is a place to leave your email message or your email address, and when Amazon sends us the notice, we'll send you the notice. But if you just go to bigalbooks.com on December 26th to December 30th, the book will be free. And up here, as I see, you have the goal report too. If they write,
yeah, that was the first one I had. Let me move that. Okay, this is what you were talking about, right? Okay. So they go to bigalbooks.com and they get the next book on the and I like how you put this. This is the secret languages, really, right? Because when we know these colors, we know the language to talk with them about, right?
yeah, and when we talk to people, it's like we're talking to them in Portuguese. They don't get it if they're a different color. It's bad. And I'll give you an example of how bad it is. Can you imagine a green personality like me giving a presentation to Marilee, who's thinking, 16 hours ahead of me and 100 miles an hour? And I sit down with her and I say, first of all, let me read you the company's policies and procedures. And then I'll read you the rules and regulations. And the company starts with a consonant. We didn't want to use a vowel because of this. And here's the grades of the company's founder in first grade, second. The blue person wants to poke out their eyes, fall on a sword, jump off a cliff. And the blue person will never join not because the company's not good, but because I talked to them in the wrong language. That's all. And once we realize that people want what we have to offer, and Marilyn, you sell health products, so everybody you talk to wants to live longer or die quicker. That's a no-brainer. So why don't they buy the health products? Well, you talked to them in the wrong language. Maybe you were a blue talking to a green, and that would have been ugly, right? Here's a blue talking to a green. Here's a presentation. I said, all right, so give me the facts about your company, Marilee. And we'll exaggerate. I won't even do it, but the blue would say, well, let me tell you about our company. It reminds me when company came over to visit last weekend. They looked at the wallpaper in the back. We saw the design of Hong Kong. On the way down to Hong Kong, we had little umbrellas in the drinks in 747. We kept the umbrellas. And when we got to Hong Kong, the oranges were tasty, just like in Florida when we had that trip with our teacher who was a former cousin of, and, the green's just thinking, get this person some Xanax or Valium or, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I didn't know this when I started.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everybody in green because I was green. I had dead bodies everywhere.
So it is about the language of all of these, and so just in case my slides didn't work, I'm a blue. Is this typical for a blue to do? I'm not sure. But
hey, that looks pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Go to bigbooks.com, and then on December 26th and 30th, they can get the book free. That'll be an easy read, and they'll laugh, and once you hear it one time in this simple explanation, we got it. And for those students of psychology, you're going to say, wait a minute, there's 16 more textbooks and stuff. All we need to know is just barely that people think different, And if they think different, let's be polite and talk to them and how they think. And I just call it the secret language. And people say, oh, no, it'll take me a long time to learn a language. I said, no, it's like 1 or 2 words in each language, you know? I mean, the entire yellow language is hell. And if you're talking to a blue and you forget what to say, just say the word excited or fun really fast. If you're talking red, just say we're talking money, you know, recognition would be number 1. And greens, well, let me give a green invitation. I know they probably want to hear it. The greens were not social people. Where the yellows are the professional huggers, we would be the anti-huggers. You know, green people hug. You come to hug a green person that's, well, and people say, well, what about blues? How do they feel about hugging? Blues say, hugging? Sounds like fun. Woohoo! And red? How do they think about hugging? They think, how much would I get paid to hug? So, bottom line people. Terrible red jokes, sorry.
Oh,
But to a green like me, who hates people, after too many meetings, afraid of being sold, here's the words you would say. Please come to our meeting tomorrow night. There'll be lots of information. And I would just like your opinion. And bring a huge notebook to take lots of notes. And maybe your iPad with an external hard drive. And we're going to sit way in the back of the room where nobody will bother us. Nobody's going to ask us any questions. Nobody's going to get us to join. And after the meeting, hopefully we've accumulated enough information to start our preliminary research. And I would say, okay, I think I'm safe to come. You sure we're going to be in the back row? Yeah. And so that's how you can invite a green. But I don't think that invitation would work on a blue. The blue said, it's not like fun. Why would I go? So all those research reports, that's the green stuff.
And
Blues and reds, not really.
you have a lot of those reports. As a matter of fact, I just downloaded one of your reports, and even though I'm a blue, I like this because it's an easy read. There's a lot of white space. There is highlighted information. So if I'm skimming and not reading word for word. So shall we tell folks about your, and actually this is also timely, your goal report, because we're at the end of the year and everybody likes to make goals.
Yeah, this is a green thing, setting goals, because it helps us procrastinate even longer before we start. But you can get the goal report at, what is there, fortunenow.com/public/309.cfm, but that's just green stuff. The goal report works like this.
I will bring it over on my screen. I am just learning how to use this PowerPoint with this software. So it's a long URL, so I'll just bring it in right now. Okay. Can you see that, or can I just see that right now?
I see you.
Oh, you see me? Okay, so you're not seeing.
You're
that.
better than the text.
Okay, I'll bring that in. I know what I have to do. All right, I'm putting screen behind screen. I'm playing around here. I have dual monitors. Here we go. So screen share, and okay, so it's not going to work. So I'll just do this.
Email you. Oh, yeah, hold it right there, very still, and people can write it down. And all the goal report does is tell people, instead of setting goals, here's a cool way of achieving goals that's lots of fun for the blues, very scientific for the greens. The yellows sort of like it, but the reds, they live for this. And it's just a way of getting people motivated. Once you do this little technique, I won't ruin it for everybody, just read through the thing, and it's fun reading, and you'll say, I can set a goal this year, and I'll have it done right away. And your downline, they're going to set goals like, oh, this year I'm going to diet. And that works till about January 1 until they hear the word donut, pizza. And this overcomes all of it, and it's really, really motivating for folks. So make sure to download it or contact Mary Lee, and she'll send you the link so you can just download and read it. It's a short read, so it's good for blues, but it really gets your downline productive right away. So especially if you know the reds and the greens, just because it's very logical, yeah, they're on it right away. And the blues are going to have fun teaching people with it.
I just did something very cool technologically. I copy and pasted that link and I put it in the chat box, and it is being displayed in the chat, so everybody has it.
High tech.
High tech, yes.
And you're all thinking right now, so why isn't Mary Lee green? She could have done this.
Right. Well,
Never learned. She was busy out talking to people.
I have truly developed these skills, though, honestly. When I have identified, when I feel like I can identify a color, I will do exactly what you're saying. And I have to be really honest with you that I kind of knew you were green. And in our email communications, I made sure I put number 1, number 2, number 3. Did you notice how organized my, because I knew that would appeal to you.
Yes, every green's emails is question number 1, 2, 3, and that's to make sure the client won't miss out on any of the details. And yes, I'm agreeing because Mary Lee and I never even talked over the phone. We did it all by email because I'm thinking, wouldn't that be more efficient? Terrible.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you
it
for
helps.
appreciating my greenness.
It helps that you're in Singapore too, and you know, email's a little easier. And you know, as you're talking, I'm also trying to see if I can get any questions that might be coming in, because you said that you would be taking in questions, right? So I want to say, just take a little announcement on here to let folks know that in the chat box, if they want to ask a question, please do so for Big Al. This is an amazing opportunity to have this kind of access to a world leader in MLM and network marketing training. And so I'll just keep my eye out here. I don't see any coming in yet, so I'm going to just keep my eyes on it. And if somebody...
While you're looking for questions, I can give them a couple examples about why it hasn't worked so well for them in the past if somebody's a different color. I did the green and blue example. I probably should do the red and yellow example.
Okay.
And if you're a yellow personality, you think yellow, you talk yellow naturally, you don't realize that other people don't think that way. You think, oh, maybe they're just rude.
Uh-oh. Hold on just a sec.
But they're not. They just are. So here would be an exaggerated of a yellow inviting a red to an opportunity meeting. The yellow would say, oh, we have a meeting tomorrow night at Mary's. Would you please come? Well, it's not really a meeting. I mean, we just sit in a semicircle. We're all equal. And after the cookie giving ceremony, we have the group hug, and then we sing the company song. And if you're a red, you know what you're thinking right now. Exterminate these people. They're using up oxygen. What's wrong? And the red will never join because the red doesn't think that way. And conversely, if a red personality, and you know this is going to be ugly, a red personality inviting a yellow is pretty much like this. The red says to the yellow, give me money.
Could you just say that again? Because the screen froze. So what would a red say to a yellow?
Okay. A red inviting a yellow. The red will say, give me all your money, and then I will tell you what it's all about. And the yellow's, ah, here's my money. And then the yellow's afraid to answer their phone again for the rest of their life. As the red might call. And, we don't do this consciously, but once we know, like Mary Lee says, our conversations with people are awesome. It's like join at the hip, Vulcan, mind meld, blood brother, blood sister. walking hand in hand, common vision. It's like everything you do is perfect. So when you sit down and do a presentation, you know what to say. Everybody is friendly, no rejection. This first skill out of the 24 changes people's lives forever. Have any questions we have to answer already?
You know what? I'm so sorry. The screen just froze again. So can you say that last? Was it a question?
Do we have any questions we have to answer?
Yes. Yes. Okay. We do have questions. Put an email or some type of invitation together that would appeal to all of the colors.
Well, that's going to be difficult. We'll have to think a little bit about this. We'll just work one out here, but once you understand the colors, it will come more natural. So you could probably say, we have a meeting tomorrow night, and we need volunteers to help at the door. But we're going to have a lot of fun with some great refreshments and a party afterwards. And we're going to talk about how you can make huge amounts of money by working out of your home instead of settling for a small salary from your boss. And we will say, finally, we'll have a career that we can do that we will appreciate the rest of our lives as we can research and help with it.
We need a really long subject line on that email. That's good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, a subject line. That might have to. So I guess the exclamation point. Big money exclamation point. Secret information exclamation point, and then you'd say, please.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so here's another question from Lynn. When growing a group as a leader, how can you keep harmony between these folks? And I mean, that's a great question too, because, you know, it's very evident from what you're saying how, you know, reds can get very irritated with yellows, or, you know, there are some colors that get irritated with other colors. How do you keep the harmony going?
Well, all you can do is educate them so they realize why the other people seem to be a jerk. And you'll have this fun little language among the group. They say, oh, Marilee, she's so blue. And the other one says, oh, I feel bad, I just joined. And then the leader yelled at me, and they said, relax, they're red. They didn't mean it personal. They've already forgotten about you. They're busy counting their money.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is awesome, and that's what I like to do too, is like if you can teach and train your team and the people that you're working with what these colors are, it's almost like it takes the, what would it be? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It removes the conflict between people.
Okay, removes the conflict between people, and it doesn't make you feel like there's something wrong with you if you're red, or there's something wrong with you. It just, it demonstrates different patterns of people, and it's, I think when everybody knows, it's almost, there's more of a generalized acceptance, right?
Yeah, it's, all the colors are good. We need them all. And I tell people, don't worry about your color, what you are. Don't worry about it all. You're born red. Get over it. Or born green. Get over it. If a mother has 3 children, one's an explorer, one is a clinger, and one's ADD, you know from birth they're almost wired like this. I look at my granddaughters, and from just a couple months old, you can see one, this is going to be a red, wants to do everything themselves. The other one was a blue one, hanging around people, and half time, short attention span. You know, you just notice this. Mm-hmm. So we are what we are. And for those unfortunate folks that weren't born green, the best color, you are what you are. My problem was I just thought everybody else was a bad shade of green. I didn't know anything about these personalities. And when I learned about them, it was just so hard. I'm not the originator of this. You know, this is from 400 BC, and many trainers, and there's many books and psychologists on them. I just make it real simple for network marketers. We don't have to learn all that stuff. Just understand in, 1 hour, we got it for life, that you see a little boy walking in the mall, you know his mother's going to have 14 more years of trauma of him being a blue personality, being fun, and really there. So it's not about us. All the colors are good. Just accept it. You're born with it. And you run across all these people saying, "Oh, I just want to be blue so bad." He says, "No, you didn't get it. Get over it. You're just born that way." And just realize when you talk to people, don't talk in your native language, talk in their language. And I mean, the lights shine. They see what you see. There's no more conflict, no more rejection. And for new distributors, as this first little baby step scale, when they get this, they say, "Wow, I could learn to do this business because I didn't even know about this stuff before. I didn't know about it."
Yeah. Erin wrote in with a really good question. And she said, what would be some good questions that you could ask to find out what their color is? If you're meeting somebody for the first time, like, what would the questions would you ask? What they are interested in or what they like? Like, what would be a good generalized question?
If you're at a party, these are the 3 questions I recommend. First question, because we only have a few minutes left, very quickly is, what do you do for a living? Now, that doesn't guarantee that they'll be that color. They might have to take a job of a different color. I mean, they're in customer service, but we're good, and they're promoted to be manager, and oh, no, now it's a red job. But just ask. So if Marilee meets me at a party, she says, "So Big Al, what do you do for a living?" And I say, "I'm a nuclear physicist working on the strength of gridiron." Say, "I think that's probably going to be green there." It's pretty obvious. But it's not guaranteed. Second question, though, is a lot more accurate. What do you like to do in your free time? And I might answer, our free time, we get to choose what we want to do. If I say, in my free time, oh, I knit woolen ashtrays for homeless people, you're thinking, this is definitely a yellow. Or if you say, what do you do in your free time? Oh, free time. Oh, that will be blue. If you say, what do you do in your free time? I don't need free time. I'm working on my career. Red. And for the green, what are you doing? What do you do in your free time? Well, I'm reading through the entire internet for the second time to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay.
The third question is, how do you feel about your job? How do you feel about your hobby? And peak feelings. An example would be, I'm talking to this lady, and I say, what do you do for a living? She says, I'm a kindergarten school teacher. I'm like, oh, that's probably yellow, but I'll check. How do you feel about being a kindergarten school teacher? Well, the children are really small, so you can boss them around and what they deserve. And I'm thinking, okay, I think we have a red here. So those 3 questions will probably help.
Oh, that's awesome. That is fabulous. Wow, that is the icing on the cake, and very a good way to end on the overview of the colors and then how to find out. So I know we're at the end of our time, and is there anything, any other little gems? I mean, we've really had a lot of other questions coming in, but we've had a big response tonight. By the way, you are very popular. I know from my little bit of marketing efforts, people have jumped on board in a big way, and there's a lot of folks writing in and saying how much they have truly enjoyed and have learned here. So, but I think even though I can put the links in there, let's just talk about the 2 action items that they can take. Does that sound good? Okay, so getting the...
Yeah, and that way you can get this book free between December 26th and 30. And if you're seeing this webinar after December 26th to 30, all right, it's going to cost you probably $5 or something. But please get the book and read and understand, and the better you get at this, oh, it's so much fun. Everywhere you go, you're saying that one's yellow or green or blue. It just is fun.
It is.
So if you go to BigAlBooks.com, leave your email in the top right-hand corner, and you'll get notification of every new book I write. Amazon gets the rights. They give it away free for a couple days. So if you leave your email address up there one time, you'll get every additional notice on every additional Big Al book that comes out, so you can get it free. You missed 8 or 9 already, but all the new ones, you'll be able to get it free. So that's kind of fun for people.
Mm-hmm. There we go, right there. Okay, cool. Yep. And then the other one is, let's see. Do you see me now, or do you see the PowerPoint? Okay.
But the goal report, if you can't read it on screen, oh, I can even read that on screen. Just hold.
It's in the chat. It's in the
Mary Lee. Oh wait, I'm asking you to hold something still. That's not going to work.
No, wait, here, I'll tell you what happens. Yes, I'll speak from my blueness. When I talk, the screen is on me, so it's not possible for me to hold this up and have you talk, because then the screen's going to be on you. But this is like, there's A, B, and C here, but actually this link is in everybody's chat, so they can see it as well.
All right, well, they'll have a Happy New Year reaching their goals.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, I printed this out tonight, the goal book, and you can do so as well. And, you know, take it in your lap. And I love to read these things before I go to bed in the evening. But it's really great. Even though I am a blue, I am going to set goals this year at the end of the year. I'll have to double check at the end of January. But this is a very perfect time to be doing this. So anyway, Big Al, thank you so much for getting up early on Friday morning in Singapore to be with all of us here. And folks are writing in and saying thank you so much for taking time to talk with us. And Susan wrote in and she said, I am such a blue. And they say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Big Al is fantastic. Big Al is the bomb. I mean, it's flooding in on the chat. I actually was hoping that you could see a lot of this. But we all say thank you very much. And I say thank you very much. It's been very awesome communicating with you and putting this together. And I think there's going to be more to come in a lot of ways, big ways, 2015 with Big Al. So stay on the radar, everyone, and have a very happy holiday and a happy new year, everyone. And thank you again, Tom Big Al Schreider. Blessings to all.
Thank you.